The Jim and Terry Show, coming to you still from the Hobbit Hole in Bobcaygeon, the bunker in Bobcaygeon as we refer to where we do our recordings. And we're talking about a bunch of things. This is not our wrap-it-up smorgasbord, just as an FYI to you. But let's talk about the 25% automobile tax. What does it look like for Canada?
It's going to be tough, Terry. It's going to be really tough. Jobs are going to be lost. Plants are going to close probably. And I don't think you can bank on him just changing his mind. He may, but you got to continue on.
He said the 25 was forever.
Yeah, forever, yeah. And so, the Americans are going to be closing down their borders in one way or another. And this is one way. They're going to start, it looks like, with the auto industry, where all the cars sold in the States will be made in the States. Then they're going to want to sell those cars. So you and me were talking, okay, we got empty plants now, experienced car manufacturers. Really time to start talking with Mitsubishi, Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, all of these companies.
All the European and Asian car manufacturers.
Volkswagens, all of them saying we got empty plants here, just retool them. And let's see if we can even possibly make a can of car. A Canadian...
Can of car?
Yeah, can of car. Canadian...
Is that like a car in a can? Open it up?
It wouldn't...
Unzip it?
It wouldn't hurt to go back to maybe a humbler car, Have all what you need, but not the flash.
A Volkswagen Bug?
Yeah, something like that. Just
those
a humble
early
car.
Toyotas that
Let
were
you get around.
just enough you had to duck your head to get into these things. Do you remember the Russian Lada?
Yeah. Well, it has to be, if it's in Canada, it has to be good. We have rough weather. But if it's going to have to happen, it's going to have to happen. And if the United States is going to do this, I guess we have to find other partners. And then in the midst of that, I know our population's only 40 million, but I think we're grown up enough now that maybe we could support an upcoming company, a North American car company that originates in Canada. Yeah, we have all the part.
We can't call it North American anymore because the U.S. wants to go it alone. So it's going to be the Canadian.
Well, we should call it the Mexican Canada car.
Well, actually, what's wrong with that? Cut out the middleman, the U.S., and talk to Mexico directly. And we will ship them. We don't have to take rail through the U.S. at all. You can go
ship it up the coast.
Ship it up the coast.
Yeah,
okay.
But I think this is the type of thoughts we're going to have. And
find creative solutions.
Because I honestly believe the damage Trump has already done in 2 months is final. I don't think we're going to be able to negotiate in good faith again. Because, again, I don't think he's leaving soon. And so we have to find other partners, other ways. Also, Canada, we're going to have to tighten our belts, I guess, if we still want to keep our social services. And believe me, you do. You may not need them right now.
One of the key differences between Canada and the U.S., we need this.
Yes, we need our health care, this kind of thing, our unemployment. We need our old age pensions.
Our social net.
This. All this, this is what we need. So we may have to start buying locally. We may have to watch our purchases a little bit better. But I think it's also a great opportunity, a golden age, if you like, for Canada. We're 40 million strong now. Surely we can start. We built the Admiral Arrow with 9 million people, and it was the most advanced fighter jet the world had ever seen.
And when that was taken down, when the Avro Arrow was no longer going forward, those engineers went to the United States and joined NASA.
Yeah.
As well as Boeing and the other.
Yeah, so we've done it before with a quarter of the population, so we can do it again. And speaking of jet fighters, why not? Why not? Find new innovative ways. We're an intelligent people, a highly educated people, and I think this could be an exciting time for all kinds of adventures and learning. Wouldn't it be exciting? The first Canadian car to come off the thing is actually made all
comes in one
Canada.
Color, has one style.
Yeah. And the first
roll
order,
up the windows.
And the first order that goes to England or Mexico or something, wouldn't that be neat? Or as you said, partner with Mexico. They can build some of the parts.
Yes.
And because they have inexpensive labor, cheap labor, and ship it up the West Coast and into Canada. I think that's the way we're going to have to do it.
That's sad to me to think that what was once the bedrock, solid foundation of international trade between Canada and the United States, the bilateral trade agreements, which became the NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement, which was sort of based on all the informal agreements like the Canadian Auto Pact and the U.S. auto workers. We all agreed that this was good to do, to cooperate. Where is cooperation when you have MAGA?
There is none.
None.
And because, they're going towards oligarchy. I can't say
That's
that
okay.
word, but you get what I'm
Elon
saying.
Musk is the first oligarch.
But I'd tell you another thing I would do. And I know this, I'd have to think about it, but just off the top of my head, we have loyal allies. Britain's never going to harm us as far as we know, but we have loyal allies.
Will they help us is the question.
Well, the thing is, allow Britain to have a base in Halifax. Allow Australia to have a base, in the Northwest Territories. This is a way, it's a deterrent to other countries attacking us, unfortunately, that being the United States and Russia. So we have bases all over the world. Canada does. So have those countries have bases in Canada now as well for training purposes. Again, a brotherhood of
Arms?
a brotherhood of arms. I mean, the North American treaty here, NORAD. I'm sorry, but NORAD. That's
North American
bruised.
Air
That is
Defense.
bruised. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like what do we do with the Cheyenne Mountains now, where Canada has always been the second in command? An American gets usually the Air Force controls it all, but Cheyenne Mountains, Canadians were stationed there too.
Yeah.
So what do? You suddenly turn off the Canadian monitors?
I have no idea.
The screens go blank on the...
Well, let's look at this.
Can I look at your monitor? Mine's dead.
The United States is making, of course, we know it's the F-35, 36?
No, F-47 according to
no,
Trump.
the new one's the F-47. But Trump announced right from the Oval Office, I don't know if you heard it, anything sold to another country will probably be 10% less as good.
Yes, less
Are
functional.
you kidding me?
Which switches are you going to turn off?
So, no, I'm sorry. Everybody's got to step up now and find maybe a cooperation of NATO in manufacturing the jet of jets.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll have to be in
Eurofighter.
England. Maybe it'll have to be in Switzerland. Maybe it'll have to be in Australia. But wherever, let's make a North American better than an F-47.
Let's make a Eurofighter. They already have.
Yeah,
so
Eurofighter,
France,
not North
UK,
American. That's what I meant.
And I think it's time to look at NATO brand as a brand.
Yeah.
And we said this one podcast, we never got into it very much, but G7 -1, UN -1.
Yeah.
Everything has to be -1 now because we've already had -1 with Putin, the G8 down to G7 because of his invasion.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. Let's reshape the world on a northern hemisphere -1.
Yeah.
Take the U.S. out.
And I think
they want to be out.
I think that's how you do it. And I hate to say it, no pride thing here at all.
No.
You want in, you're going to have to earn it, just like you wanted Ukraine to earn it.
Yes.
You're going to have to earn it. And how you're going to have to earn it is, who can even share knowledge with them now?
Whoa, the Five Eyes, -1.
Well, that's what one of the Americans said. Canada's one of the Five Eyes. Jeez. Now we just poked one out here.
Now, who are the Five Eyes? Because I heard, is it India? Is India one of them? Because India's interfering in our elections. Yeah. What? Okay, so we have a really strange situation here.
We have a strange situation, and everybody try not to let your heart fail. Don't die. No. But we might be into interesting, weird, maybe frightening times.
I found Carney's speeches to be really inspiring about we can do this, remove the trade barriers interprovincially, and his trade corridors, his shipping of fossil fuels. I don't like that, but if you got to do it, you got to...
up to Churchill and that?
Yes.
I love that idea.
Yeah, and potash.
Yeah. I love that. Open up the north.
Open up the north.
We got icebreakers and stuff.
Put the corridors up.
Yeah. Let's get the people going up
Let's
there, too.
do it, Canada. Elbows up. Let's do it. Jim and Jerry Show's signing off for now. Bye-bye.